Hello, everybody, and welcome to my show. I missed last week because I had a few things going on, but I'm back this week. So, this week, I've really been working on this belief thing because beliefs are what make us who we are, and I've actually written down a few things today that I can kind of go into more depth about as I read them. I can kind of explain a little better what I'm talking about. So, let's jump right in it because I gotta. Patriots are playing the Jets, so I gotta get going here. I don't mind missing the first few minutes, but okay. Now the first thing is there are four laws that are basically run. It's not like the laws like the police and all that. It's universal laws that kind of balance out everything in the universe. And there's four basic laws. This is I'm breaking this stuff down simple because it's a lot of people get into this law of attraction and all this other stuff, and they complicate it, and they start thinking about it too much. And it's really simple what we need to do. So I'm gonna just give it to you right now. First law is you exist. If you exist right now, you always will exist, you always have existed, and you always are connected to source, and you're connected to the abundance of everything that's out there. So it's as simple as that. If you have a belief that you don't deserve something, that's not your belief, that's a false belief, and we'll get into that later on. But it's basically you exist, you're here, you've always existed. If you're here right now, and that's basically law number one. It's like we all exist. We've all always existed. We might come back in different form. We might come back in something else, but it's we exist and we all exist, and we always have. Rule number two. All right, now this one. Let me say it and then I'll explain it. The all is the one, and the one is the all. What that means is basic any manifestation that we have, we're connected to, and it's connected to us. The one is God, it's the universe, it's whatever you want to call it. But the one is where we manifest to. It's like where we send our thoughts and desires to. But that's basically us too. The all is one. We are the Jesus told us to be as when he told us to not, we weren't meant to follow Jesus. And he was basically telling us be as I am, which we are. And his messages were that manifestation is, we're all manifesting all the time anyway, whether it's good, whether it's bad, because our thoughts are creating those manifestations. So whatever our thoughts are, inside of us, the mirror of reality is what we see in the physical world. But it's inside of us that, we're thinking our thoughts, and our beliefs. So it's like we are all one. That's kind of why, if you can think of an idea, that idea can come true because if you can think of it, it can be done. And that's as simple as that. I mean, our conscious mind tries to think of the who and the wow and how and the why and when's it going to happen. That's not the job of the That's not the job of the conscious mind. It's the subconscious that is going to bring us the opportunities. And once we let go of thinking that we know how something's going to happen, or we're thinking of, scenarios or something, once we let go of that, you're going to open up opportunities that you never even could have imagined before. Think back on something that's happened in your life that's really good or really bad. Either way, because all thoughts are neutral, so it depending on the thoughts that you put into it is what you're going to get back out of it. So let's stick with good. So think of something that happened really good. Now think back on how that came about. What was the scenario that brought that all about? And I mean, it's your reality, so only you know everything that happened, the little things, the little steps that you took that you didn't even realize you were taking. It was something that maybe you let go, and it just happened, and you started to follow it. So I mean, think back. I mean, everybody has something like that you can't even explain all of the different things that happen for this to come together. So I mean, basically that's rule number two. The all is one and the one is all. I mean, it means we're all connected, and we're all connected to source. We've always been, going back to rule one, we've always been, we always will be. If we're here right now, that means we've always existed and we always will. So those two kind of go together. Okay, rule number three. What you put out is what you get back. That goes back to what I was just talking about, how your thoughts become reality. So what it is for our thoughts to manifest, we have to have a belief of those thoughts. Whether it's sometimes it's a false belief, and it's going to cause us pain. But what we do as humans is we will always, without doubt, choose the most pleasurable route that we think it's going to be. And whether that, if it's something bad, like if it's a bad relationship, if it's having problems with money, believe it or not, that to you, in your belief, happens to be the best scenario that you can think that's going to happen. And it all has to do with the belief that you have that that's not really you, that you've picked up along the lines of somewhere. And it all goes back to, it could be a subconscious belief that you picked up a long time ago, but we're always going to go for the most pleasurable route. We will choose pleasure over misery, and in our minds that may seem to be the most pleasurable route. So I mean, and then what happens is, if you're seeing bad stuff happening around you, your the inner part of you, your soul, your beliefs and everything, the outer world is just a mirror of who you are. So as you change the inside of you and you start to release these false beliefs, the outer world changes. It might not change right away, but it's the attitude that you have towards the same situation that will end up ultimately changing you, and quicker than you think. I mean, it could happen like that. It could take you a little while. Everybody's different. So, all right, I mean, here's an example. If you're looking in a mirror and you have a frown, you don't go to the mirror and adjust it. You change your face and you smile. So then the mirror has to change the way that you changed. So I mean, that's a nice little metaphor to look at. Okay, so that was three. What you put into is what you get back. And I mean, it's basically your thoughts become reality. There's no way around it. I mean, it is what it is. That's these three laws. You exist. You exist as number one. The all is the one is the all is number two. And what you put in to something is what you get out of it. Three. Number four, change is the only constant, and everything changes except the laws that I just told you about. So everything changes. Life is always constantly changing. We're always expanding. We're always moving on. We're always looking to better ourselves. And like I said, these false beliefs, if we have a false belief that a bad relationship is the best thing that we're going to do, then that's how we're bettering ourselves. Believe it or not, that's the way it goes. But that's why we need to dig deep into ourselves, and we need to look at these beliefs, and we need to see where we really stand with all these things, and if they're truly our beliefs. And the good way to tell that is just your gut feelings and your emotions and your vibrations. If you're in a relationship and you're, it's the weekend's coming and you're thinking, ugh, now the weekend's coming, I'm not going to spend time with so and so. Is that really the best you could do? I don't think so. Money. If you're always running out of money, you say, oh, I don't have enough of this, I don't have enough of that. You're telling the universe right there, oh, he doesn't have enough of this. Let's break his car down. Oh, he doesn't have enough of this. Let's give him that extra gas bill that's been sitting there for 2 years that he never got. Oh, he doesn't have it. That's basically, you're gonna get whatever you're putting out there. If sometimes you have to just fake it till you make it, and just tell a different story. Tell a story of, oh, I have plenty of money. Money's rolling in. Money's flowing to me right now. I've never seen so much money. Because money's just an energy. Money isn't good. Money isn't bad. Money is just an energy. Money is just a way that we buy our stuff. And it's not anything to go. It's not a goal to work for. It's the goal of money should be freedom. Freedom should be the goal, not the money, but the freedom that it brings. Start looking at things like that. Look at relationships, health, everything. Look at what the benefits it will bring to your life. Don't be with someone just because you don't want to be alone. You need to believe it. Believe that it's a part of you, but it's not who you are. It's the same thing with money. When you die, you're not going to have all the money to bring with you. Sure, everybody deserves money to live. Everyone deserves more than enough money. You think about it, there's more than enough money floating around that everybody can have their share. So if money is something that you need for part of your goal, then make it part of your goal. But don't think of all the times you don't have money, or that it's not coming. All right, so basically change is the only constant, and the other three things stay the same. You exist, that always will be, so that stays the same. The all is one and the one is all. We're always connected, and we're always, individuals connected to a big source, but we're just like tentacles that go off of that big source. So when you think of it that way, those two things, how could they change? It's impossible for those to change. And then the third thing is the same. What you put into something is what you get back. Is what it is. That's the law of attraction, is what most people know, or the law of cause and effect. Because whatever thoughts, emotions, and feelings you're putting into something is what you're getting back. It's like all thoughts, all situations that come to you are a mirror of something inside of you, and they're meant to look at, and they're meant to figure out, why is this good? Why is this bad? And it's basically what you think about that, being a neutral thought, you can put any thoughts you want into it. And that's what's going to manifest it, as long as you can somehow, if you have a belief that is going to make it manifest bad, then you need to look at that belief. A good way to look at these beliefs is if you're in a cycle of something that's just not working, you need to just accept it right now, accept it where you are, and look at it, and then say, well, what is this belief? Where did this come from? And I mean, that gives you a chance to track these back to where they began. And I mean, believe me, you can. It's the universe wants you to do this. I mean, God wants you to do this so that you can release these things. We're all meant to live in joy. I hear so many people say, oh, well, Earth is a purgatory. Earth is a learning experience. Earth is basically, it's a place for us to expand. And I mean, a lot of people think that, compared to, I mean, I'm going to talk aliens now, other beings and other places, they consider us a kindergarten compared to them. If you come to Earth with all of its limitations that we have to fight, and all of its, I mean, Earth it's like a university. It's not a kindergarten. And I mean, I do believe in other planets, and they kind of watch us, and they say, well, if they can do it, we can do it. And it's pretty much, I mean, with the limitations that we have here, we're sent here to overcome these limitations and learn from them. And I mean, once you learn a lesson, the lesson's gone. You're not going to get that lesson again. And once you release these beliefs, I mean, you don't have to do them all at once. Once you start to do them, they will start to compound and then come up, and then they'll start to, they'll start popping up more. Either, I don't know if it's because you'll be more aware of them, or the fact that it's just the fact that you're sending this out to the God or the universe that you want to release these. But I mean, you watch when you start to release these beliefs. I mean, I don't want to even give examples because everybody has their own problems of what's going on in their life that they have to deal with. So, I mean, you know what your problems are more than anybody. Nobody knows more of who you are than you. Who's the one person that you have the most meals with, you sleep with the most, you spend the most time with, you talk to the most? It's yourself. So nobody knows you better than you. And if anybody wants to tell you how you should live your life, tell them to screw. So, okay, what else do I have here? I got, I could read my own writing. I don't know. Those were just notes I just wrote. But anyway, on those four laws, I mean, if you could learn those and just know them, I mean, you already know them. I mean, what I've done is I've just told you. I mean, number one, you exist. Number two, the all is the one is the all. Number three, what you put into is what you get back. And number four, change is the only constant except for the three other laws. I mean, I planned on just doing beliefs for one show, and I'm on my fourth show about it now. And I still haven't really gotten into how to change beliefs. I mean, next week I really want to do a lesson on looking at beliefs, digging into them, digging them out. I mean, I'm going to save you people all money on your freaking therapy bills, because would you rather learn this stuff in weeks, days, not even days sometimes, or do you want to spend years going to a therapist that is you're just digging up old wounds. Therapists, I don't knock them. I mean, there's stuff that they do that I shouldn't even be touching. But for the basic beliefs and thoughts, that's where all of your problems come from. I mean, I believe sickness comes from trapped energy. I mean, I do energy healing and I do energy work on people. I do paranormal, moving energy along from spirits that are here. And energy, trapped energy is the major cause for most sicknesses, most um, health problems, relationship problems, money problems. Everything is energy and everything keeps moving. Everything is constantly moving. And if you're stopping something from moving, then you're stopping the flow. Because I mean, we have our chakras, which I'm sure you've heard of, that go right through our body. If one of those chakras is blocked and it's stopping energy, I mean that's how you start to get ulcers, you start to get hypertension, um, everything, cancer. It's all caused by trapped energy. When your energy isn't moving, then there's a problem because it's just kind of circulating in one area. So, I mean, what I do when I do energy healings for people is they're doing the work. I'm just kind of making aware of what the problem is and where it seems to be trapped or stuff. Well, not seems to be, but where it is. So, and then what is it? What's the emotional blockage that's causing that? What are your beliefs that are causing this? I mean, where did you draw these beliefs from? So, I mean, once you release those and the energy starts to move again, I mean, there's people that they go back to the doctor and the doctor's like, oh, geez, what happened here? How'd you get better? And it's just the way it is. I mean, it just needs to be moved along. So, I mean, with that said, it's it's like I said, everything is energy. Everything is the beliefs that you have of the energy. So, I mean, that's it for today. I'm gonna cut it short. I want to watch the Patriots, and I'm gonna do a whole lesson next week on how to release energy and how to move it on and whatever else I can do. I mean, if I have to just do shows on beliefs and energy, that's good. I want to get into other stuff too, but let's get this out of the way first. So, all right, that's it for this week. No meditation. See ya.